Okie dokie. I can bring this over here. Then, yeah, I'm at the right height. I can bring a little bit up. First, says Rhina. Although they are objectively second. I'm gonna show you guys Poor music. It's them. The one, the only. They're pretty awesome. I am gonna pause it because sometimes it's actually a little hard to think with music on. But also, I'm probably gonna need to look at some tutorials at some point or another. So it'll probably end up being like it's paused anyway. If there's enough time, I will put it back on. Godot engine. Project manager. Why is this wizard? That's the project. So, I've been debating in my mind whether or not I try to because if we test this right now, you'll see that it does try and push them away from each other. But it can't, it's not great at it, really. So, what I've seen some people suggest for similar issues, the main issue, right, the biggest issue here, is that if you select both of them, it goes to select both of them, which I don't want. I want it to be one at a time. So it's gonna be annoying, but it might be the better idea to make a new scene, right, with a control node as its base instead of a 2D node. Alright? And it's gonna be really annoying, I'm gonna be so honest. But you know how it is. We're gonna name this one, yeah, CTRL drag. Because that's what it is. It's a draggable version, but it's draggable but control version. We're gonna be able to reuse a lot of this code, I imagine, but we're gonna need to refactor a few things, of course, for the purposes of this. So we're gonna need to attach a script. And we can just name it that. So, if I look here for a starter, well, here, on this one, right? No, this one. We see how it has the icon, the AO2D, and the collision shape 2D. I don't know if the collision shape 2D is really doing much right now, but we will at least want the icon. Oh, and there's Grace with the 50 squats. Silly Grace. Might as well get those out of the way really quickly, just so that we are not forgetting about them later. Bing, bing, and bing. Being alone is tough. Yeah, I imagine. Hitting every 2 hours and stuff. Oof, yeah. 2 hours is pretty frequently. I definitely would forget that, I think. I'd have to set so many alarms to make sure it got done. But I've got my weights here. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Take another step back. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 40, no, 30. Almost skipped 10. That's cheating. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Well, yeah, set those back down. Scoot my way back in. Whew. Hello. Let's go bing, bing, bing. And then hit this one. Up. Whoops, there we go. And we're back. Alright. So, it doesn't look like the... Well, I wonder... Because I don't think we want the grid, obviously. So a lot of these aren't going to be quite right. I think we're going to see about... I don't know if this actually works, but... I want to see if I can... I guess the sprite will work, maybe? Yeah, okay. So then I can have this texture be the texture. Alright, and so I look here and it's that. Perfect. Alright. We can also rename this. Just so we don't get confused at all. So, what we need on the script... I don't actually know what things exist. But I imagine there's maybe an on-click. No? Okay. So, in Dragable... It's a bit difficult because Dragable extends Node 2D, but Control extends Control. So I need to... I mean, there might be some things that, you know, don't work proper. Let's see if I can find out. The smooth drag and drop. Let's see if I can find something like this, maybe?
Hello, my name is Sam Keane, and this is my channel, Explore Game Dev. In this video, we'll go through Godot drag and drop for control UI elements. This functionality is built into Godot, but when I first started, I found the documentation a bit sparse. So hopefully the explanations and demos in this video will help folks out who are just starting with drag and drop for UI elements in Godot.
Built in for control nodes. Oh goodness, that's much easier.
UX example that you might have in one of your games. The left column here is the source. These three items here are meant to be dragged over onto this target. So if we click,
that's pretty much what I'm after, yeah.
Going on. icon to show that, yes, you have that item and you're dragging. Right here, the mouse icon is sort of the cancel, and that means if we do drop here, nothing happens because it wasn't an appropriate target. But if we do drag all the way over to target, you'll see the mouse icon be the open hand. And if we drop here, then we do see that.
So this is going to be a bit.
Dragged from the left and dropped on the right target. You can do that with the remaining items, and they all pop up.
Goodness, even at 2 times speed, this is going to take a second. It's like 6 minutes total, but I'm impatient.
Some explanation, and then a couple demos, one very, very simple one, and then a demo of this actual example of how this is implemented. So just look at the time codes below if you'd like to skip ahead. As I mentioned earlier, drag and drop is built into UI control nodes for Godot. If you go to the documentation, it is referenced. Let's see here. We get into, here's...
I think we skipped that.
Okay, so this is a very bare minimum example, just to show these implemented methods in action without much noise around it, so you can get a sense of what's going on. Here's the scene, the source column on the left, and the target column on the
Let's see.
right, and we're meant to drag this red box from the left to drop it onto the right here. That red box is just this color rect. It has a script attached. Here is that method get drag data, which is sort of the
Get drag data. Get drag data. Okay. That's good. Then what does this say? Grr, I hate having to wait for all this.
drag and drop. It's fired off by Godot.
Here, I will just have it print dragging. Wait, that needs to be a string, of course. Not all code. I don't think we need that variant. Okay. So now, yeah, it says it's dragging. That's good. So, what I need is for this.
Like Godot engine when you start a drag and drop that has on a control node that has this implemented. Here we
I wonder if, because over on the draggable script, right, we have left click, it's selected, and it does all this, but in the physics process, is there a physics process? There is a physics process, okay. That, I don't like that. We'll pass for now, but it does have stuff in physics, which is good, which is what we want. Then, get drag data, we will say goodness, I don't know what we say. I don't know one bit.
Here we just return self. So that data that we're going to return is just this, the color rect itself. So it's going to be dragged across to the target container over here, which has...
Hang on. The return value is what's being dragged, I think. So if I go here and I just say turn self. Now when I go here, okay. Interesting.
So that data that we're going to return is just this, the color rect itself. So it's going to be dragged across to the target container over here, which has this script on that. Here's the other two methods we talked about.
So, oh boy, this isn't quite what I'm after though. Hang on. This is the one I was watching before. Okay. Control name would be better for that case since I have this. Okay, I wonder what if we literally just do, or we try and do the exact same thing, right? Because I think we get tree.set input as processed. All right. Then other input functions won't run on that ClickUp. Gotcha. Okay. So we're going to, I think, go like this. Right? We're experimenting here. We don't actually know whether or not this will work. Oops. I'm trying to get rid of this, please. Now, there might be some errors. Yeah. So we can get rid of the ready. Oh, size is already a thing in control. Look at is not something that exists. That's fine, we don't need it to. Well, we kind of do. Hang on. We'll get to that in a bit. And size is, of course, also not something we can edit. It is not going to be easy to fix this, but it might be necessary. Hang on. Godot or control node. Let's see if there's a replacement. Control node rotation. Okay, then how to rotate control node Godot. One of these searches has got to work. No, actually, hang on. Doesn't look like it's helping much. But okay, that still works. But don't know, look at mouse. Is that something? Easy look at mouse script. Do we have something here maybe? This will probably just tell us.
Guys, Tom here, and today we've ignored his arm, or basically the direction. Attach funk position. It wants a vector 2, got mouse vector 2. So we're gonna say get.
Yeah, this is the node 2D. I'm gonna put some quotes around this to make sure it searches with that. We'll see if we can also get it to okie dokie. Yeah. I did accidentally change this. I want to keep this one so I can read that particular part there. Then here, I know. If I say var sprite equals then $sign sprite 2D. Right? Does this work? Then if I go down here and I say sprite dot look at, Use the @on ready annotation to solve this. One entry this. Okay, @on ready. And that's solved. And that's solved. Okie dokie. So if I go and I try to run this, what happens? I mean, there's no area 2Ds on it right now. Let's see. Okay, so I think we get rid of messing with the Z index right for now. In fact, we also ignore select and deselect for now. And we don't need that. We don't need that. Need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Then down here, I think we don't need that. Okay. So these things should lerp it if all goes to plan. Let's, this might be a bit hasty, but I say to bring this here. Wait, hang on. We need to kind of copy the tree structure we have on the draggable. So we need an area 2D, collision shape 2D. I don't think it makes much of a difference that we have a sprite instead of an area. But we will have an area 2D. And we will have collision shape 2D. And we will shape will just be a circle 2D for now. Size is small. That is fine. Transform scale type 2. No. 5. 10 is too much. So 7. 6. 6 will do. But there must be a way. Oh, you know what? I'm actually so silly. We will set this back to 1. Then it's over here actually. Radius. Yoink. 50. No. 75. Also no. 60. Yes. There. That's what we want. Then if we look here again, we see that the area 2D has area entered and area exited as part of their things that they're considering, right? And that's what we've got here. Select equals true. Then, let's see if we can have it go get tree.set input as process. Oh, I see. On base callable. Show input / unhandled input functions. You are using set as handled and not the signal form. You can use mouse enter to set a boolean to a node that can be triggered to drag. I don't blah, 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 blah. Nothing making any sense, and I don't know what I'm doing. However, all this is a bit complicated for me right now. I mean, I can understand it just fine. It's just complicated for me. So, Bleh. So, 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 what we need it to do. Make sure you're using the actual input and unhandled input functions. You're using set as and. So if I here, let's see if we can find some more information about it. Okay. Input dot is action just pressed, right? So that would be a process thing here. Input. Maybe it's saying that I actually put that in here. Hang on. Or maybe it's saying on an input event. Called when there is an input event. Propagates up through the node tree until the node consumes it. Called if input processing is enabled. Automatically if this method is overridden. Can be toggled with set process input. Gosh. Does this do anything? Like if I run this, so these I think I get rid of this one for now, actually. I think what I'm supposed to do is, so control node may be better since I have that already. The input method, I believe you can set an input as having been processed. Get tree.set input as processed. Alright. Input says this is complicated. I don't get it. Oh boy. What I want to do is probably just try and simplify things a bit. These things probably aren't going to help much. Right? No, they still do help though. Because it moves them away from each other if they overlap. If I... So I like that they're able to do this now, you know? I think that's a good thing that they do. I definitely, like, everyone says control node will be better for this. But I don't know how to do that. Right? And I've already done quite a bit of work for this as it is. You know, can pick this up, we can make it smaller. We can rotate them. And everything. Hang on. Boy. So we need to... So there's the physics process. And then it would be the... input, right? Gosh. You'll be unable to stop input from getting to your game when this unhandled input can be stopped. So if I say unhandled input here, right? And then I say, so what's this time you do? Set an input as having been processed. So then, can I possibly say event, so with set input as processed, could I say after you've done this, uncallable? No. Okay. Okay. Can I say event set input? No. Okay. So match event. So if I say up here, if event is input event, no, but how do I do this? What do I do here? So What if... ...2D input... This is hard. This is hard. This is hard. If... So this, that, when it says, here, make sure you're actually using the actual input unhandled functions and not the signal form. You can use the mouse entered to set a boolean to a node that can be triggered to drag. The input signal would be useless to set as handle 0, handling an event that's already fully processed by every possible. What am I doing? I don't know. It's tricky. I think, again, I think I go back to what I was doing first. I think I do really want to use a control node. New scene, new UI. Drag control. Alright. Then, add child node, node 2D. Get rid of this. Node 2D, where's icon? Oh, wait, maybe actually, because if I look here, right here, icon is actually a, maybe that's just the name of the node 2D. Yeah, it's a sprite 2D. So, I was being a bit silly. This control. Hang on. Did I delete something I shouldn't have before? Huh? I don't know. Because I thought I deleted that thing already. But I must have deleted something else, which is a bit spooky. Oh well. Alright, well, what we know for sure, we'll rename this icon for simplicity. So it matches up here. Then we have our area 2D and collision shape 2D. And the shape is going to be a circle. This will be 60, I think. And of course we need to make that. Yeah. Okay. Then over in script land. Oh. Hang on. I would have. Well, either we need to attach a script. It used to have the thing there, editor, the docs, the file system, we got inspector, right? We got inspector. Import? No. Where did it go? It was there. Goodness. I'm gonna save and I'm gonna edit layout. Default. It's gone? Still? You hate me? If I quit and reopen it, because I did save. Friendly reminder that I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just gone. That's so mean to me. How am I supposed to switch between different scripts now? Maybe it'll work. No, I really... What happened? It's so mean. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to pop that out. Okay, which arrow? That there? Okay. There we go. I'm just a little silly. Well, that's much better. Now, drop zone. We don't need much. But, what we need is here. I want to control A, control C. Go here. Control A, control V. And then we'll just extends control instead. Can't have size as we did there. Look at doesn't exist, but we can maybe go here like we had before. Equals $sign icon. Maybe we have dot look at. Okay. We can get rid of those. Oops. So, big difference between these two right now. Is that this one has the area entered and area exited attached to things. Right? And that'd be these two. On area 2D entered. On area 2D exited. Okay. I don't really need that, but I'm gonna pop them in anyway. On area 2D area entered. We'll connect this. On area 2D area. That's here? Yes. And area exited. Yes. Okay. So now I will run this. I need to have it print some things so I actually know what it's doing. Maybe we can even have it to print whatever the event happens to be. I just need to know something. Tell me something. Tell me anything. Tell me anything. It hates me so much. Meow. That's not a thing, actually. Hang on. I'll add a meow command in a bit. I will, but not right now. I'm busy. So, well, actually, we have a drag and drop already, kind of. You know? Kind of. Each slot, it does use the get drag data, which I don't want to do. But don't know how else at the moment. If I put it here, and then I run this, see, all of these can be picked up and put down as I want. However, this one cannot. Despite it supposedly being pretty much the same. Huh. are these... So that's void there, that's void there, that's fine. Couple of small changes between the two, but nothing that should ruin things. I mean, obviously it's a different kind of thing. Like, okay. We were really having to start from scratch here, and that's really annoying. Clicking and dragging control node. This is actually just gonna tell me to use the get drag data, and I don't wanna. Actually, how to move a control node? That doesn't look like what I want. No. Gosh. Because I wish that using getTree.setInput as process would be my solution. I don't want to deal with whatever all this is. But it doesn't quite work like that. We basically solved for every situation except for when the two nodes that we want to not be the same are clicked at the same time. You know? However, the input method, I believe you can set an input as having been processed, and then other inputs won't run on that ClickUp. So let's try... I know I've done literally this exact thing before, and I couldn't figure it out, but print event. Alright, this will probably just be super duper annoying. That's undraggable, so we'll make sure it's this one. Now I want to click run. I actually want to keep this one up. Okay. Now I want to close this, because there was input event, filter messages, input, goodness. If event is input event dot goodness. So using set as a boolean to a node that it can be So on mm, mm, so maybe it needs to be like a script here. Also, I will note that again, I do want to get rid of the drag control. I think this time it's going to be more permanent because I just don't like having them. It's been nothing but trouble for me. And we can give it. It's just frustrating. Don't quite know what to do here. Here, what I want to do, first of all, just get rid of every little Z changing thing, because I don't want to deal with that right now. Alright. Then, the area 2D is what's actually giving the input, right? So if I attach a script, I'll name it draggable area. Area 2D, I guess, makes no sense. Then, delete all this. Func, unhandled input. Alright. Then, whoops, didn't mean all that. Control C, Control V. Cannot find on it. What do you mean though? What does that mean? Grr. What? Gosh. Okay, so this script isn't doing what I want it to do. What is it? Oops. Don't want to be commenting. Use the mouse entered to set a boolean to a node that can be triggered to drag. I mean, I mean, suppose, oops. Suppose we had another scene, and this is a node 2D, and this is, draggable handler. Right? And on this, have a script. Called draggable handler. And the script here, it's one job, and there's my 10:30 alarm, but I will stop it. So, goodness, where's the clear button? There. Here, we just need it to, basically, var being dragged equals empty array. Alright? Then function dragging up, try to drag, then we'll pass in an object if length of being dragged, or rather, then here we say being dragged dot append object. Alright. And then immediately after so then we will have two objects add to this in the same frame, right? Which means if we, or rather, I suppose, because this is what I'm trying to make is a queue, essentially. If we add each object to a queue, then in func process, is this called every frame? Processing step. Every frame. Okay. So if being dragged, or the length of being dragged is greater than 0, right? The length of being dragged is greater than 0, then I don't know which one would be first in the list, but we can try and do this really simply. If there's more than one, we can say being dragged of 0 dot selected equals true. And then we just clear the queue. Alright, so that only will do the one. And then over here, instead of saying selected equals true, we will add the draggable handler to a new global group called the handler. Alright, and then we will also, no, I don't think we want that. There's probably a better way. I don't know it actually. So we want, yeah, I just don't know what the other way would be. So we're gonna make a new group. We're gonna call it the handler. Go yes. And we actually want it to be a global group. Then on ready, which will say the there is, and then we'll just make that the first one. And of course we do need and this is a, no, we don't need to actually decide what it is. Alright, and then instead of selected equals true, we say the handler dot try, no, add to queue. Okay? So now, what I imagine should happen, it might not, but it should. What should happen is when you click it, it sends a signal. I mean, it doesn't send an actual signal in terms of these, but it could. Couldn't it? Hang on. Because I can create a signal, can't I? How to create a signal. No, I don't think it matters so much. I think we test this as it is. Alright? No. Where is this draggle? Oh. I see. Detach script. Whoops. Whoops. Did not mean to close all. Oh well. Hang on. We want you back. We want you back. You. Guess that's all for now. But now when I go here, out of bounds index 0. That's because I didn't add the handler to the scene. Like a silly. There we go. Actually, I would prefer it up top. So now, we have the handler there, what happens? Okay. No. Cannot call add to queue and base node 2D. Expect an argument. Ah! But I know what to do about that. Self. You just pass in yourself. We restart from the top with feeling. Boom. Hang on. Oh, wait. Hang on. Then... Okay. So, we're almost there. That's super exciting. I'm going to take my quick 3 minutes. Then, when I get back, what I need to do is I need to make it so that the Draggle handler keeps track of which one is currently being handled. Alright? So we'll see how that goes. It shouldn't be hard. Okay. It looks like y'all are back. We're gonna bring it back here. So, basically, when this is added to the queue, instead of just clearing this, what I want to say is var currently dragging equals blank. And in fact, in the future, this object can handle a lot more than just the things being dragged. Pretty much any time we want something to be, one of several things happening, we can allocate it to this thing, really. Most of the time, anyway. And actually, I do not want that to be in the red. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, we say currently dragging equals being dragged of 0. Then we say if currently dragging is null, and it can just be null for now. Maybe empty is better? Is that a thing? And it will be null value, true. So then this will be not null, and it won't depend anything. And we can have it continue being this. And then func clear no longer dragging or remove This one doesn't really need a parameter because it should only be called from one thing. Currently dragging equals null. Alright. Yes. And here, instead of going false, we go handler dot move from dragging, and we actually go currently dot selected equals false, like so. Now when I do it, you'll notice how I can't pick up anything else. And I can put them down however I'd like. That's exactly what I was after. I'm quite happy with that. Okie dokie. So then what happens next is I find a way to make them snap to each other. Which isn't the easiest part. So if I look for where I have children rooms, 1, 2, 3. Okay, but do I have select being used anywhere? I kind of want to get rid of this. Alright. Just those two. Okay, good. Because that's not going to help right now. And then, is there a way to parent things? Is that even a thing that is a thing? Oh, we were here. How to have a, or can you reparent a node in Godot? Why is it so difficult? No, actually. I have to make a node follow another node. No, but not quite. Hang on. So what we're really after is to basically lock a node into place around another node, right? For this purpose, I wonder if it might be possible to add a child node, control, and 9 patch rect. No. Tile map? No. So, let's see. What I need is for one of these to be able to just hold another one in place. Alright? Then so we're already checking here. Did I delete the variable for children? Children, I didn't. But that's fine. I'm gonna get rid of it now though. So first of all, if selected, hang on. So we want to find out how to move 2D node in front. Because I've forgotten how I did that before. Z index. Okay. Then yeah, Z index. Okay. So let's see. If selected, Z index equals 1. Else Z index equals 0. Alright, so like this. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Here. Greater than 0. So if there's anything in it, then they're at 0. Yeah, fair enough. I guess it doesn't technically matter because it needs to be there anyway. But we do need to just go here. Oops. Stop. Go here. I don't know how it decides which one to pick up, but it does seem relatively consistent, you know? That's good. Then let's see. Um, how to make a node follow. How to make a node follow another node. Basically, is essentially what I'm trying to do. Set URL was changed. Velocity doesn't quite work. I think we want to have a bool that says is child room equals false. Then var parent and then we'll have that. So basically, it'll be different. So if I put something down, if you're not selected, then is child room equals true. All right. Then on all of this, we will first say, well, hang on. If you're selected, you are not a child. I will say. Right, because if I pick you up, you are not a child. You are being moved separately from your parent. Alright? Secondly, overlapping dot parent, hang on, parent rune equals self. Alright? Then if I select you, you're not a child rune. But if hang on. If you're not selected, let's see if I can just say rest point if parent rune, which means not null, means defined. I'm gonna make sure it's null first. If parent rune rest point equals parent rune dot global position. Is this anything? No, it isn't. Okay. I'm gonna undo a little. Because what I would really, 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 really like... Wait, hang on. I do want the z-index stuff. What I would really love, 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 love would be if I could just reparent them. Alright? And I would really love if I could just say, here, maybe, here, maybe we need another button input. Maybe. Because if you left click, then this, and if you right click, then it puts it down. But, here. I think we should make it so that if you hold shift and right click, it's different. So, if input dot is key pressed, I don't think I have, or is action pressed, I think is also thing. Is action pressed. And I can go project settings, input map, focus. Actually, I think focus will work. Right? Focus. So if you're pressing focus, what was the variable? Oh, I guess I haven't made it yet. Then var place as c rune equals false. Then here we put place as c rune equals true. Then else the same thing is false, and I forgot the colon. Okay. So now when you put it down, we will have you print place as c rune. So I'm going to bring this here, pick it up, put it down. True. That's not supposed to happen. Still true. Still true. That's not correct. Because I put it as false to start. Alright. Oh, wait, I'm so silly. I didn't turn that to false. What a ridiculous thing to have done. So it's false. Then I hold shift and it puts down as true. Alright. Then, if I put it down as true, I want it to hang on. What happens with the overlapping runes? For rune and overlapping runes, it does this. But the frame I put it down, this will happen first, I think, because of the right click. So I can actually Well, actually, hang on. So once you put it down, I can actually say var parent rune equals null by default. Alright. And then once you put it down, and we will say if place as C rune, parent rune, here. We will also say if you're selected, parent rune is null. Because you're not a child being selected ever. You're being picked up, you're suddenly on the same level as all the top ones. Parent rune equals overlapping runes of 0. This is the first one. Can a rune have multiple parents? No. Boy. Because then, for now, we'll say no. Alright. Parent rune is overlapping rune 0. What we'll have it do is print parent rune here. Just for now. No. No. Pick it up. Up. Press F. Alright. Perfect. Then basically, if you're not selected, you do all this. You're either selected or not selected, but then secret third thing is to be neither selected nor not selected. Well, I mean, you're not selected, obviously. So technically you could say this, but hang on. If parent rune doesn't equal null, alright, then I want you to actually this parent rune on var position. Oh wait, that's not score. Var position relative to parent. We declare it up here. Then over here, well, no. Because once you're not selected, here. So if I go here and I put an else position. So basically, if you're at your rest distance, then if parent rune not equals null. Oh, we've done 50 so far today, Ryan. So if the parent rune is not null, so if it has a parent, then that object is stored. Meow count. We haven't had any meows today. That's not even a command I have prepared. So if there's a parent, then I want it to continuously move to the parent, essentially. You know? So basically, this would be after it's gotten to its position. And this be position relative to parent. So if it's currently null, I'll put it as null here. So if it's currently null, then relative parent will equal direction 2 is a vector, right? Vector 2, yes. Vector 2 as a comma. Direction 2 parent rune dot global position. So that'll be that. No, it won't. Gosh. If you've got a parent rune, goodness, what am I doing? I just really would love just do what would be very reasonable in something like Unity and just set the new parent to be goodness. Chasing a player. Peh. I need to reparent, I think. I think that is the only way. How to reparent. Alright. Is it even possible to just say reparent to parent rune? Could this please be a thing? No. Oh, whoops. Oh, hang on. If overlapping runes, oh wait. Length of overlapping runes is greater than 0. We'll go like this. Little bit of an oversight. So now I go okay. So there's some things to work out, but it is actually just as easy as I thought it'd be. But there's a problem. Why is there a problem? Because, I mean, you saw why there's a problem. Hang on. When I pick you up, you are no longer a child, which means your parent position relative to parent can get rid of because we don't use it anywhere. If selected parent rune is null, and wait, hang on. Reparent to how to reparent to root node of C. Because what I need is to basically, if selected, wait, hang on. If I go on ready, original parent equals get parent, is that a thing? No, I wrote it down somewhere in here. Dot get parent. Okay, so that is a thing that I should be able to do. Self dot get parent, maybe. Can I not do this? Oh wait, it needs to be variable. I'm quite silly for that. So then reparent original parent. Now when I do this, I need to focus when I press it down. No? Hang on. Something's a tiny bit weird. Index equals 1. If you're placing it as a child rune, and that all works, then I want your z index to be minus. If it makes sense to me. So something's a little funky. And it has to do with the fact that I'm reparenting, obviously. Because that tends to change things about transforms. Alright? So I want to know... when you reparent... There we go. I'll preserve global transform when you reparent. don't think that's quite it. What I need is to figure out exactly what's causing it to be strange, you know? Hang on. I think if I am being honest, I would like if parent rune equals null. Only then do you trigger the rest of this. Actually, you can still not rotate. You're still allowed to do that. So now what happens when I parent one to another? Hey! That looks pretty much like what I'm after. Now if I scale this down and put it there. You see? Y'all should be happy. I'm letting you know. Because it might not be obvious. Look, I can rotate this. And then put it down as a child. And it's... Yippee! Wahoo! Now, here's my next question. Can I... Ho 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 ho. And just like that, it's... Woohoo! Yippee! Now, I objectively do not need these drop zones anymore. Alright? And I think put Jaggle Handler there. In there. I'm gonna make a new folder. Because we have assets, we have levels, we have scripts. I'm gonna put inside of assets a new folder called handlers. Because this will probably not end up being the last handler we have. Y'all, this is pretty great. I don't know if you understand why yet, but you will eventually. Now we can have an arbitrary amount of runes, and they don't have to be, and they will scoot away from each other. But if you put them as a child, they're a child. I can scale them up, I can rotate them. And I can parent them as rotated. And if I pick them up... Oh! Yes! And you know what? I don't know how Godot knows, but... Oh, hey, Squid Coder! Party of one. I'm glad you're here. Check it. Look what I managed to do. I've managed to make it so I can parent these here. Oh, Crafting Compile, I see you're here too. Y'all are here to see my triumph of the day. I've basically made it so that I can attach these to each other, right? The Squid Squad is here. Awesome. I should give you both shoutouts before I forget. I'm pretty happy right now. Shout out at Squid Coder. And then I have to wait like a minute or two before I can shout out you, Crafting Compile. But I will as soon as I can. Not shared chat. Shout out at Crafting Compile. Let's see how long it is. A minute and 48. But yeah, it took me quite some time to figure this out. The big heart. Yes, indeed. But yeah. This is an important thing. Because this is like the main system for my system. Now, this isn't the last system for my system. But this is the first and... Ooh. and sure am happy to have it done. So the next step is, aside from obviously making the actual textures and stuff, aside from making textures, good job. I'm glad you think so, because look, they're not parented by default. You have to hold down the button and then click it down, basically confirm it in that way. It's very nice. I'm very pleased. The next step, the next building block I want to make is to make basically a container. Well, I mean, no, it won't even be that difficult. It'll be basically the exact same thing, except instead of being the way that it is right now, I'm going to make it so that I can pick the runes up and put them into essentially a box, and then that box will grow to accept however many runes are in it. Yes. So, hang on. Each rune is supposed to have this is scroll rune. Hang on. Scroll rune object. I've forgotten how this all works. I'm gonna be honest. It's been quite some time since I touched the other pieces that aren't the thing. But you can see I also have this where I can walk around. You know? I can open up an inventory and move these around in the inventory. So this is good. It's gonna take some time before anything starts to really come together. Alright, but we made really good progress tonight. It is in a place I like it to be. So, the next thing, I think the next thing is, it probably won't be tonight because I'm probably gonna end stream soon because I'm tired. We had a nice stream. I'm glad. Speaking of, I should make sure I do get that shout out in. Oh wait, hang on. Yes. Yes, there you go. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming because it's, almost 11:30. I got things to do tomorrow. Gotta make sure I get homework done. Factorio. Oh, that's very fun. I enjoy Factorio. I mean, I've never actually played it, but I watched this one person, Dosh Doshington. They do quite silly and quite long Factorio videos. Same time zone as me. Very nice. So, I think the next step here is to make an object that the player interacts with. And then when they interact with that, it'll bring up the thing. West Coast is the best. Oh, I don't know. I've never been to the East Coast. Or any other coasts, for that matter. I've been as far east as Colorado. So not very far. But I enjoy it here, for the most part. Could be a lot worse. Now, let's see. Basically, we got this. Hum. I think what we want to do is rename this to scroll editor. Alright. And then over in here, wherever it is. scroll editor. So later on, it's going to be a little bit tricky because I'm going to need it to save the way a rune or a scroll is, like the formatting. I need it to save that and then not have it just be an open scene all the time. I need it to be converted to text, essentially. And I can do that pretty easily. Or, I mean, I can picture how I would do it. But that isn't the point right now. We'll get to that in time. Probably a lot of time, but time nonetheless. So, yes. What I'm imagining is each rune will have an... So here, let's actually get ourselves a little notepad. I have a notepad app, right? Have text editor, same thing, really. So here's what I'm picturing. I think it makes sense to save a rune as a text file because we can save it as a text file, right? And that's a pretty simple way to save it. So I'm picturing the scrolls will have lines similar to like a notebook. You won't see the lines necessarily, but they'll be organized into lines. Probably. No, they will be, yeah. Because you'll put them between... So these curly braces denote a sentence, right? So each line will start and end with one of these. And then in my text file, I don't even have to have those in there. I'll just know that each pair of those will be on a unique line. And then it'll be fine. So then I'm sure Godot has a better way of saving things, though. I'll have to look into that. Discard. I'll have to look into that later. I'm gonna run this one more time because I'm still quite pleased. You know? Like, look at this. I wonder. Oh, that's so awesome. Wait, that ain't right. Bug discovered. Where'd they go? Can I replicate that? What happened? What anime should I watch? One Piece, I think. Want a feel good one? Oh, then I recommend the Case Files of Julia Richard. It's a bit of a slice of life one, and it's very nice. I quite liked it. Uh, Something like Restaurant to Another World. I've never seen that one, so I couldn't give you a proper recommendation based off it. Goodness. So the bug I'm noticing is such. You have a good OP protagonist one. I mean, there's Overlord, I guess. That one's fun. I don't know if it's feel good necessarily. I enjoy that one. So what we're seeing here is that essentially, if you parent them to each other just directly on top of each other, then it won't push it out, which is a problem. Are you on that on season 2? Don't want to binge it? Well, I'm out of ideas for you, Squid Coder. I'm sorry. So if you've placed it, then it's parented immediately. But we can't have it parent immediately, is what I'm seeing. If it parents immediately, then they will not push out of each other like they need to here, where the parent equals null. So we will have this need to put it on hold. So parent rune is this now. Now you've put it down. We need to have oh wait, hang on, we don't want that to be declared here. We need that to be up here. I'm trying to make a quick fix for this. I don't know how well it'll work. Bar, where is this? Reparent when possible, right? And it's false by default. So if you're not selected and so if you don't have a parent, then do this. If hang on. No, hang on. So it's now this thing's child, but it won't be doing this part, which is the problem. So if it has no parent, or well, hang on. Or no, I definitely think that it's best to just I think I had the right idea at first, where I comment this out, make a new variable, repair when possible. Then I say if repair when possible. No, wait, I say equals true here. Alright, and then in the physics process, once it's done pushing it out, which should be on the other side of this if statement, else if repair when possible. Okay, I guess you can't do else if, or maybe there's elif here. Yeah, nice. Elif when reparent when possible. Then we copy this and we paste this. And then we make reparent when possible at false. Let's see if that works. Alright, because That did not work. Darn. Alright, we'll go back to how it was. We're just gonna have to remember for next time that there is the issue where where it just doesn't change its position at all when you parent it. It's fixable, but not right now. So we will make sure it's saved. B. Then we'll close it out. We'll go here. We'll go raid. Let's see who's on that we want to go into. Professor Ramses is up. That's cool. I think we'll go into them probably. Makes sense to me. Never mind, okay, I need to refresh the page to see who's actually here. Raiding. Raidu. Now let's see. This person's doing something. What are they using? It looks like Game Maker Studio.
I'm sorry, just keep flashbanging with the nerds.
They're about to have some ads, it looks like, so we will maybe in another time. However, oh, by the way, it's 20 minutes till Valentine's Day. Hope y'all have a good one. Pick Ross. That's fun. Is this the Game Boy one? Y'all will have to. This does look like a Game Boy one. Well, anyway, I think this is who we'll go into. I think they seem fun. Picross is neat. So, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a good night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Wait, yeah, tomorrow. I had to check for a second.